Former FBI Director Jim Comey claiming he wrote his memoir based out of a sense of being useful. But how did he actually get the memos that he used to write the book with? Were his notes obtained legally? Well, my next guest thinks there's a strong chance they were not, and he is suing the FBI to find out. Here now is Tom Fitton, Judicial Watch president, who never gets tired of suing the government. Tom, explain exactly why you're suing the FBI now with regards to Comey.
Well, we know that when you're a senior official like Comey is, you're supposed to submit your manuscript for pre-publication review. We've sued already, haven't gotten any documents. We've updated the request, still didn't get any documents, sued again. Because did the FBI and Justice Department approve Comey going out and speaking about ongoing investigations, classified information seemingly, and other things? You know, and on top of this, you know, he took these memos with him about his purported conversations with Donald Trump. He wasn't allowed to take them. We've asked for them under FOIA, and in our lawsuit, the government said you can't have them. And any leaks of those memos to the media, like Comey did, they compared to WikiLeaks, which was, highlighting the illegal nature of what Comey did. Is Comey still using these records? Did he get approval to use these records that he had no right to have in the begin with? Well, you know, this book, I have a feeling that Comey got a special deal from the FBI because he was going after Trump, and they were unwilling to say no to anything, to things that they would have said no to if you were anyone else.
Did the DOJ have to give you an excuse as to why they were not going to share these documents with you?
Well, the Comey documents, the Comey memos, they don't want to give to anyone. They don't want to give them to Congress. They don't want to give them to us. CNN's also suing for them. These records, they just ignore our request. You know, this is just
so
typical arrogance of FBI.
What options do you have now, Tom? Since they ignored it, of course, Congress can subpoena them, but is your lawsuit going to pay out in any way?
Yeah, the federal court's going to force them to turn them over or explain to the American public and to the courts why they're not turning over documents. This is the process. Someone's got to provide some accountability. No one else seems to be willing to.
Now, there are a lot of things, many of which you've pointed out, a lot of credibility issues with Jim Comey in the past, to say the least. I'm just wondering if a man with so many credibility issues is going to be used as a witness by Mr. Mueller.
You know, I just think, David, I've been thinking about this, that any case related to obstruction of justice and firing Comey, which is what has been bandied about, look, if that isn't dead, I don't know what would cause it to die, given Comey's misconduct in going out there and talking about this ongoing investigation, documents he shouldn't have had to begin with, and other things like that.
And by the way, it's on the left and the right. I mean, he has as many people going after him from the Democratic side as he does from the Republican side. But I think of all of the witnesses that Mr. Mueller has now, or at least some of whom he's put before a grand jury, one is appeared drunk on television, Sam Nunberg. Another guy's a convicted child molester, George Nader. And then you have Mr. Comey. What does that tell you about Mueller's case?
Well, it tells me, at least with respect to Mr. Comey, and that's the big issue about President Trump, that he obstruct justice somehow in firing his FBI director, as he's able to do as President of the United States. He has no case, or he's not pursuing a serious case. Why would he allow Comey to go out and speak like this? And I don't think even Comey would go out speaking like this if he thought there was any serious prospect of him being used as a witness against the President of the United States. And it leads to the question, then what is Mueller doing?
Right.
And it leads to the next opinion that I have, is that you need to shut it down, because I'm still not sure what the basis for any serious investigation is by Mr. Mueller at this point, that the DOJ can't be doing without the credibility issues of the Mueller operation.
Well, Tom, let us know if you receive anything. We'll put you back on air immediately. Tom Fitton from Judicial Watch, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.